There's a lot of money about to change hands. Trillions, in fact, about 142 trillion by some estimates. And that, to me, is massive fuel for the entire cryptocurrency industry, not just cryptocurrencies. Obviously, we love talking about cryptos here, but it's also going to pump up tech stocks. It's also going to pump up a lot of other stuff. But the reality is that the people who are going to get their hands on that money, they love crypto and they love tech stocks because it's the new cool stuff, man. We all love crypto, Bitcoin, new paradigm money. We love that. We love our Chainlink. We love our Ethereum. We love our dog coins, NVIDIA stocks, AI, new paradigm and technology, right? Electric vehicles. I love my EV stocks, all that kind of stuff. And of course, talking about millennial investors. This is a very interesting one shared by eCoin Metrics. Do not underestimate the power of demographics. In the next 30 years, a good chunk of $142 trillion will be transferred from the silent generation, which is about 18 trillion that they have left. I'm sure that's going to be transferred in the nearish future. Unfortunate reality. Baby boomers, 78 trillion. More and more of that is being inherited every day. And of course, Generation X, 46 trillion, which will be distributed over time as well, closer probably 2040, 2050 time. And I know that may sound a bit grim, but it's just the reality of life, man. At one point, us millennials, if you're a millennial as well, we will be the ones passing down our wealth. And there's going to be some other guy talking about Bitcoin in 50 years' time, talking about how my wealth is going to be distributed down to the younger generations who are buying whatever at the time. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. Anyway, the group inheriting that is going to be the millennials. They currently have $13 trillion in net wealth, and they stand to inherit 142 trillion. As eCoin Metrics points out, millennials are native of the internet, Bitcoin, and digital assets. It's true. If you're a millennial, you grew up with the internet, right? I remember I first got home internet in 93, something like that, maybe 94, web TV. Shout out to anybody who remembers web TV. You're having to, plug your phone into the router and it made that sound if you picked up the phone. And I'm showing my age here, man, but connecting to the internet back in the 90s was a bit of a different experience. It was very much, a bit more fun, let's say, than it is today. Anyway, we grew up with the internet, and the generation below us, they're also growing up with the internet. And the generation below them, I mean, sometimes I think about my dad, who's in his 70s, and, his experience with technology. And then I think about, where am I going to be when I'm in my 70s? Am I going to look at new technology what is this stuff you kids are doing these days? Or my son's going to be like, Dad, come on, how do you not know how to log into the metaverse, Dad? Come on, man, just plug the cable into your brain. Okay. Okay, son. Anyway, I digress here, but millennials are going to get a lot of money into their hands. And it's very interesting because they love Bitcoin, because they love crypto, because they love tech stocks. Let me break down the numbers a little more here for you. Millennials are the most likely age group to invest in cryptocurrency. So this is according to a survey. It was done a few months ago. If we look across the different groups, so who's invested at all? Who even has investments? Boomers, 43%. Gen X, 59%. Millennials, 64% have investments. That's in anything, not just crypto, anything. Gen Z, 54%. That's interesting. Okay, so where are they invested? So millennials are investing more than any other age group right now. So where are millennials investing? Well, 38% of the millennials who invest in cryptocurrency. Cool. It's 1% ahead of stocks at 37%. Now, I don't know if that number's changed since the time they took this survey. Survey was in 2022. But I don't think it's probably changed super dramatically, especially when you consider actual on-chain realities. Bitcoin addresses holding more than one Bitcoin and now over 1 million. more than 0.1 Bitcoins over like 12 million or something like that. Non-zero addresses at like, I don't know, huge number now. Interesting. And of course, they invest in mutual funds, 21%, ETFs, 22%, index funds, 13%. Interesting, actually, the individual stocks and cryptocurrencies are a lot more popular than index funds, despite everybody saying, you got to go invest in index funds. They're the safest thing ever. And you're going to get, no, man, we want bigger gains. Man, life's tough for a lot of people. People are struggling to put food on their table and they want an out. And when they see the big gains that are happening in tech stocks or big gains are happening in cryptocurrency, they think, man, maybe that can be me. Maybe I can be the guy who makes money with this stuff. Because the reality for regular life right now is tough for a lot of people, man. It is. It is. So index funds are not going to cut it for most people. They need more money sooner. They need crypto. They need tech stocks. Meme stocks, maybe. All in on Bed Bath & Beyond. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, REITs, real estate investment trusts, coming in at 14%. NFTs at 15% of millennial investors. That number's probably changed a bit between now and the last time this was taken. I think NFT bear market's pretty damn severe, and most collections are going to go to zero. But that's the same with altcoins. NFTs are like the farthest end of risk spectrum in crypto, in my opinion. Options, 9%. Commodities, like gold, oil, whatever, 9% as well. Others, art and watches, whatever, 2%. Although it'd be interesting to see exactly what is in the other category. But long story short, millennials love crypto and they're about to get 142 trillion freaking dollars, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Now, if you break that down, look, the question is, how much money does it actually take to move the price of cryptocurrencies? We're at like $1 trillion asset, total market cap for the asset right now. It's a baby. It's a baby. But how much money does it actually take to move that? Because obviously not all 142 trillion is going to come in. Let's say by 2030, for example, that 30 to 40 trillion of that money, so let's say a quarter to a third, has found its way into the hands of millennials. Okay. So we got 30 trillion dollars, let's say. Keep it simple. Got 30 trillion bucks. Now, obviously, that's not all going to go into Bitcoin. It'd be great if it did, but it's not going to go into one particular asset. They're going to buy properties. They're going to buy houses. Of course, some of that wealth is going to be inherited via properties, or they may not be selling. They're going to buy stocks. They're going to buy Tesla. They're going to buy Nvidia. They're going to buy Apple stocks, right? They're going to buy Bitcoin. So let's say $3 trillion, just 10% of that money, in spite of the fact that 40% of millennial investors do invest in crypto. Let's just say conservatively, only 10% of the money that they're going to inherit by 2030 ends up in the cryptocurrency markets. You see, if you have $3 trillion coming to the market, that doesn't just raise the market cap by $3 trillion. It raises it by a lot more because the price of Bitcoin can go very, very high if someone tries to buy $3 trillion worth of it. Because the reality is, there's just not that much out there for sale. Most of it's being held long term. So $3 trillion entering the market can have an outsized impact. And that's, of course, just millennials. What about, institutions and BlackRock and all this other stuff coming into the game? We've talked at great length about BlackRock ETFs could bring 20 to 30 billion with a B, not a T, $1 billion into the markets. That alone could send the price of Bitcoin up to 150K or something like that, because that buys half of all Bitcoin available on exchanges right now. Just that 20 to $30 billion inflow. What happens when that number is 3 trillion? Interesting things. That's the long-term thesis. That's what we are looking at by what happens by 2030, right? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next quarter. What happens 5 years from now? What happens 10 years from now? Where are markets actually going to be at? Now, before we get into the numbers a little bit more here, just a quick note. If you're looking to make it with altcoin investing, well, I made a course for you to help you get started. It's called Mastering Altcoin Investing. It's basically the course that I wish that I had when I started off altcoin investing. I made so many of the classic BS mistakes that everybody makes when they start altcoin investing. We've learned those lessons and distilled them down into a course here for you that I hope is going to help you invest in altcoins with confidence. We cover the basics, we cover the fundamentals, cover the realities of altcoins, how to get early into altcoins, different approaches to investing, market cycles, how to buy, how to sell, when to sell, psychology of the markets, much, much more. Go ahead and check it out using the link in the description, or of course, go to thewealthmastery.io/courses. That is thewealthmastery.io/courses. Now, I want to put it in perspective here a bit for you as well, because if we look at total assets by market cap, gold's worth 12 trillion right now. Apple's worth 2.8 trillion, Microsoft 2.4, Saudi Aramco 2.2, Google 1.6, Amazon 1.37, silver 1.3, Nvidia 1.1, Berkshire Hathaway $776 billion, Tesla $750 billion, Meta $730 billion, Eli Lilly $525 billion. Now, number 13, we have Bitcoin, $507 billion. So Bitcoin as an asset by itself is the 13th biggest asset in the world. Crypto as a whole, a little over $1 trillion right now, would come in just behind Nvidia. So be the 9th biggest asset in the world, just ahead of Berkshire Hathaway, just behind Nvidia. So one company is worth more than all the innovation in the cryptocurrency industries. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. My guess is that, well, last market cycle, we got up to a $3 trillion market cap for all crypto combined. My guess is that this market cycle, that's going to be at least double that. So we're going to get up to $6 trillion. Maybe we peak at $7 or $8 trillion for a couple weeks or something before, of course, the next bear market comes in and you either sell or you didn't sell. You're either going to take profits or ride your bags back down to zero, baby. Very interesting to think about how young this industry still is. And that's just this cycle, 2024, 2025. Let's fast forward. What about 2028, 2029? What about 2032, 2033? Yeah. Where will the next market cycles be at? And of course, where will you be at in those market cycles if you stick around in the game? It's certainly interesting to think about how high the markets will go over time and how early we still are to this asset class. Again, it's $1 trillion total market cap. 75% of the market right now is basically Bitcoin and Ethereum and the top stable coin. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. And then the potential where we go next cycle, it's nuts. Big picture, long-term picture. I'm not too worried about the short-term noise in the markets because I see where things are going. And this is how I'm betting. My personal investments, my personal portfolios, can't tell you what to do. Not a financial advisor, obviously. I share this as educational information for you that might help you inform your decisions and give you new information that you might not have had before. But this is what I build my thesis on. Huge amounts of institutions coming in, more users coming in, more fiat on-ramps and off-ramps coming in all the time. Trillions of dollars about to change hands into the hands of the people who want to buy crypto. Feels like an obvious reality to me that the cryptocurrency market cap is going to be worth more than $1 trillion in a few years' time. Doesn't go up in a straight line. There'll be trials and tribulations and pulling of hair and gnashing of teeth along the way, but we'll get there.